Today we're talking about the 2008 film by Kiyoshi Kurosawa called Tokyo Sonata. Kiyoshi Kurosawa last year, he became one of my favorite directors of all time. One of my favorite movies, Cure, of course. Pulse, phenomenal. Creepy, solid outing. Maybe not as crazy as the other two. Wife a Spy to the Ends of the Earth, just like genre change. It's great. Love them. Retribution was great. Charisma is so unique and weird. He just has so many movies. It's crazy. Sweet Home is like a really old haunted house. The shadows are like following you. Insane stylistic movie. Doppelganger's a weird one. Serpent's Path is like more small budget, but like it's still great. Like this guy, I love Kiyoshi Kurosawa so much. And decided to watch 2008's Tokyo Sonata. And it was great. It was really good. It's a family drama, you know. It's just a sonata of their life living in Tokyo, and they each have their secrets, lots of drama. It's very like a family drama. Japanese family drama, you usually think Hirokazu Koreeda, who did Shoplifters, who did Broker, and most recently this year he's coming out with Monster, which is a great film. I would recommend it. And it tickles that itch. It scratches that itch of that similar vibe, and it's just done so well. You can tell Kiyoshi Kurosawa, he's just a master. And I don't know, the way that he moves the camera just works for me. Specifically watching his other movies, I don't know, I've subtly picked up on the language that he uses in his cinematography, and it just works so well for me. It's like, it's very not glossy. It's not fantastic. It's not trying to do too much, but it always works. It's always focusing on the right thing. There's few long takes. There's a lot of conversations being had, and it just works so well for me. And so these four characters in the family are main protagonists here. I'd say the main character is probably the dad here. I mean, we start on him and we do focus on him a lot. And I mean, maybe because he's kind of like the focal point at points, you know, maybe that's a commentary on just like the dad's supposed to be like, you know, the leader of the household. And they do comment on that quite a bit. I mean, yeah, a lot of the movie is about, you know, family structure, the traditional family. And I guess maybe if you live in Japan, it might have some more, it might resonate a bit more just based on making connections to real life and things that you see around you. But I mean, it is still fairly universal, just like a commentary on family and family structure and everything. But every member in this family has their secrets. And the way they're revealed, they might be a little exaggerated. There definitely is a decent bit of comedy in this movie as well, just subtle comedy. I think that he does that in a few of his other movies too. Just like, it's not in your face like jokes, but like just the way that people react to things, the performances. I mean, this main guy, his performances in a few of the other movies that I've seen him in are just great. And he's just like, he tries to be the very like strict, straight edge, professional kind of guy, but his anger just always gets in the way, and his pride always gets in the way. And I don't know, his performance I thought was just incredible. I think all of them did a really, really great job. And so, like I was saying before, every member in this family has a secret, and it's apparent pretty early on. I guess it's a minor spoiler, but yeah, the father, he has a decent job, gets laid off, but pretends that he still has that job while you know, being unemployed, and then trying to get a lower paying job from like the government service. You have the mother who's just secretly depressed with her wifely duties, feels like she doesn't get enough praise. There's a great scene in the middle of the movie, which I guess is kind of a spoiler, but it's mainly just a line that I want to talk about. Is she's just lying on the couch. The father's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go to bed," and she's like, "Lift me up," but he just walks away, and she says, "Somebody lift me up, someone lift me up," and she's not really talking to anybody there, but yeah, and then her arc at the end goes a little nuts with a cameo appearance from a Kiyoshi Kurosawa legend, Koji Yakusho, who's the main guy in Cure, and I love him. He's so good. He's great in everything. He's phenomenal. Yeah, and then so yeah, that's the wife, and then you have the older son who isn't in it as much. He's the least focused on out of all these ones here. He, you know, he's kind of like, he's never home usually, and then eventually at one point he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go join the U.S. military," and then they're like, "No, that can't happen." But then he does it because he's older, and he's like, "You know what? I don't care what you guys think." And then you have the younger one who, you know, is kind of just getting the impact of all this, like all these converging storylines and all this like craziness happening in the family just on him, and he's just in school. He's just trying to get by. He's a bit of a bully to his teacher at school, which was kind of a funny scene. And then he secretly wants to start piano lessons because he just saw some girl taking lessons on the street, and he was like, "I want to do that." And then apparently he's good at it, but his family doesn't want him to do it. And then yeah, so that's his secret from the family. He's taking secret piano lessons. And I think that's again, it's a family drama, and I'm relating it to Koreeda, but I mean, it just works so well because the characters are all well developed. We spent a decent amount of time on each character, and it's just all in all, it's just a great drama altogether. I think the last scene is phenomenal. I think the last scene is great. After everything crazy goes down, and then we just have this music piece. I mean, kind of cementing the themes of Tokyo Sonata, as you can see the table here, in the shape of a piano. Didn't know if you noticed it. You know, bit of subtle, very nice touch there. But I mean, the last scene was great. Claire de la Lune, best use of it in a movie of all time. I mean, yeah, I would just highly recommend it. It's just like a very solid, anybody really can watch this family drama, well constructed because it's Kiyoshi Kurosawa. It just works so well. And yeah, I think that's pretty much all I really want to say because I kind of just like pointed on a bit of what happens in the movie, why it's great. It's just a classic family drama. Everyone's well developed, and the emotions of it just work so well. It's like it's serious, but there's also quite a bit of lightheartedness, bit of comedy. You know, it has that good mix in a good, as most good, solid, like more accessible dramas do. But I mean, if you're watching this, you're probably more English speaking, so it might be lesser known. So I would definitely highly recommend checking out Tokyo Sonata from a great Japanese director.